What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're back with more analysis, but this time it is not going to be MPL analysis. It's going to be the NA Community Tournament analysis. Alright, so this is the grand finals between bTk versus Area 77, and I picked game number 2 because it was like Area 77 was supposed to be winning if you're looking at the kills right now, and bTk just came back, and it was the closest game out of all the games that they played. So this is the one I chose. All right, I haven't seen the game personally, but we're gonna check it out, look at the draft and all that good stuff. All right, but before we head on to the video, make sure you guys hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell for more content like this. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so here we are on the draft. I do apologize if the title of the video is blocking the bTk bans. You can't really see it, but if you can't see it, it's actually a Lunox ban on the first ban. And just to keep in mind, bTk has the first pick for this draft, so they're going to be able to pick first and prioritize a specific hero if it's not banned out. So Lunox gets banned here for bTk's side. On the other hand, Mathilda actually gets banned, who's pretty common right now. Nothing really surprising so far. What really surprised me is this Lilia ban, I would say. The only reason for a Lilia ban is if the opposite team has a really good Lilia player. Alright? Probably a respect ban. I'm not saying Lilia is not meta. She's definitely in meta right now. If you've seen the MPL, there's a couple teams that are kind of executing Lilia super well, and she kind of hurts, honestly. Even at late game when she's supposed to fall off, she still really hurts. And on the other side, they banned Paquito, who is also a common ban right now, not surprising for the A77 ban and pick. And for the last ban for bTk, they actually banned Esme. So there's only one reason why a team would ban Esme, especially if you have first pick. All right, so if you ban Esme, usually you want to pick Benedetta or Fulvius. All right, the reason why they ban Esme if you want to pick those heroes is if you play Benedetta into an Esme, usually Benedetta is going to take too much time to try and burst out the Esme, or Esme is just going to shield it and just run away. You're not going to be able to kill Esme at all, especially towards mid game to late game. That's why it's hard to play Benedetta against an Esme. Another reason why the other hero that you should pick if you want to ban Esme is Fulvius, because Fulvius, the biggest counter for Fulvius is Esme. Right? Every time you regain shield, Esme just absorbs. So that's why you don't want to play Fulvius against an Esme, at least in laning. In laning phase, Fulvius has a big disadvantage against Esme. All right, so that's why they ban Esme. They probably want to first pick Benedetta or Fulvius, honestly. All right, so for these guys, they should ban Fulvius if they wanna trade something. So what I should expect for a perfect draft would probably be ban Fulvius so bTk doesn't get it, and then this is probably going to be a Benedetta, and then they trade with an Xborg and Ling. Alright, Xborg Ling would have been a good trade. Alright, even if they get the Benedetta on bTk side. So that would have been the perfect situation for A77, but let's see what they do here instead. They actually banned the Kaja. I'm not really sure why they banned the Kaja. Yes, Kaja is kind of scary, but then again, there is still Selena open. There is still Popole open. So you have vision, right? You have vision. You shouldn't be scared of a Kaja, especially if you're second pick. You're picking two heroes. There's not a lot of teams that are first picking Selena. There's not a lot of teams that are first picking Popo right now in the current meta. You shouldn't be scared of a Kaja. So this is actually a really bad ban in my opinion. So I think they should have banned Fulvius instead. It's so much harder to go against, and I think bTk is just gonna pick Fulvius or Benedetta here if they want to win this draft. And there's the Fulvius pick right away, which is much expected. So now if they want to go against this Fulvius and try to counter it, kinda, they need to pick heroes that don't have any dashes at all. Alright, so most likely, if you want to go against Fulvius, most likely going to be an Xborg or something. Xborg doesn't have any dash except for his passive, right? And his ulti, but usually you don't... Fulvius doesn't want to ulti into a Xborg, ultis. That's just nonsense. So Xborg's definitely a good pick here. You don't want to pick Benedetta because you're just going to counter yourself. Ling is still okay. Yes, Ling has a lot of dashes, But with Ling, if Phoveus ultis into a Ling while Ling is in a wall or on top of a wall, you're probably gonna hit Ling once, and he's gonna be able to run away if he has a decent amount of energy, and you're not gonna reach him anyways. So Ling is still actually a decent pick here, and is a good pick here still, even with the Phoveus. Alright, excuse me. So let's see what they pick here for A77. Okay, so they picked the X-Borg and the Roger. Now, Roger is still a decent pick. It's not the best pick in my opinion. He is a little bit tankier than Ling, but he has a decent amount of dashes as well. So his mechanics are going to be affected because of the Phoveus pick. So this is the hard part of opening Phoveus for the opposite team. It really affects your draft because you don't want to pick heroes that have a lot of dashes. Now, A77's draft is getting affected because of that, alright? So probably the best bet here for BTK is probably Pharsa. Why? Pharsa is used to counter X-Borg to get the Faraga armor out of the way, alright? And she has a lot of range, so she could do just that as long as she can poke and use Snowball quite decently. Pharsa could literally do 2 Feather Airstrike and your Faraga armor should be depleted, alright? So Pharsa would be a perfect pick here for BTK. And then another pick would probably be someone with a lot of crowd control that could hold down the Roger, alright? Because if you don't have any crowd control to hold down the Roger, Roger's gonna clean you up and probably wipe out your team, right? And he's gonna snowball super hard. So you need someone with really hard crowd control. So let's see what BTK will pick here. I think they should pick Pharsa. Oh, okay. So they picked the Popo, Vision, and good crowd control. You have 2 stuns with the Trap and the Bite, and then you also have a knockup with the second skill when you're on your ulti. You have a knockup, so that's good. That's a lot of crowd control to hold down the Roger. So they're already meeting their draft expectations for BTK, and BTK picked the Pharsa. There it is, pretty common counter for X-Borg. So that is that is good for BTK. Perfect. I'm actually really surprised how BTK is you know, trying to figure out this draft. They're actually doing really good in draft, surprisingly. Although they don't have MPL, it's pretty similar to what a Southeast Asian team would probably pick, honestly. So far, at least. This is just based off one game, by the way. Alright, so, but for A77, the best pick here would probably be maybe a gold laner or a support who doesn't have a lot of dash. So maybe like, I think Alice would be pretty decent here. Alice has only one type of dash, which is the first skill, but even if Phoveus comes in, that's more lifesteal for Alice, so that's fine, right? Alice is actually fine. Or if you're gonna pick a support, you could probably pick like a hero like Eve. Loyi is not that good, I would say, because Pharsa will just outrange you and Popo will just bite you, and it's really hard to position with Loyi in this case. Who else would have been good? I think Eve is like the main support that you should pick here if you are A77. But let's see what they pick here. They already have a jungler, they already have their XP laner, they could pick a tank. They don't want to pick Chu as a tank. Yes, on my previous video I said Chu counters Popol and Koopa, but now that they have Phoveus, Chu's just gonna proc the Phoveus ulti whenever he does a dash. So it's not a good idea to pick Chu here. Maybe Grok. Grok would be good if you're gonna pick a tank on this third pick. Grok had 1 dash, so they picked the Kagura instead. Kagura still has a decent amount of dash, and some people think that Kagura actually counters Pharsa, but that's not necessarily the case. The reason why is Pharsa actually has longer range than Kagura, and if Kagura wants to cancel Pharsa's Feather Airstrike, you need to commit into going into the Pharsa, meaning you're baiting yourself and risking your life to go in and cancel the Feather Airstrike. If you go in, most likely Pharsa's teammate will probably just either Popol will bite you, Phoveus will ulti into you since you're gonna be dashing away. You know what I mean? And there's just no way out. So I really don't think Kagura is a good pick here, to be honest. It's just, well, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna position, right? Unless you're super fed, you're not gonna be able to burst out the Phoveus super hard. I think it would have been better to pick the Eve. So if Phoveus comes in, or if Popol gets out of position, they can get slowed forever with the ulti and the second skill of Eve. Eve would have been a perfect support instead. But let's see who A77 would pick here. They banned the Natan. So we all know mobazane really specializes in marksman junglers, so I think that's what they are expecting. Usually you already expect a Natan pick if the tank and the support is a peel type, a protect type of hero. Alright, so heroes like Rafaela, Estes is really good with Natan. They have really good synergy, because since Natan doesn't have good mobility, he needs good peel. So there's no reason for A77 to actually ban the Natan here, because they already have a support Farsa who's more of like a damager and a poker rather than a peel protect type of support. I guess Popol could protect you, but against a Grok or even let's see, against Eve who has really high range, if they picked the Eve but they didn't, you know, Popol can't do much. There's a lot of heroes that can immune Popol's first skill and the stuns, you know what I mean? So for me, I don't think Natan is a good ban here. For me, alright, just in my opinion. Because there's so many heroes or junglers that Zane could still pick. Granger's still there. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zane, does he play assassins? I'm not really sure. I haven't watched like an NA tournament in so long that I don't even know what he plays now. I know that he specializes in marksman. That's all I know. For this, I think it would have been okay to give the Chu. Honestly, it would have been okay to give the Chu, but they don't want their Popol and Koopa to get countered, so I guess they banned it. I still don't think this Chu ban is necessary. They have a Phoveus. You know, if the enemy picks Chu, if A77 picks Chu, then that's actually more into their favor. Phoveus could proc his ulti a lot more. So I'm not really sure why they banned the Chu, but let's see what there's the Granger ban. So that's more of a reasonable ban, in my opinion, is the Granger ban for A77. So that's good. I don't think the Natan pick is good though. There's still YSS for bTk. Who else is a viable marksman? I've seen some people do like Kari jungle, which is quite insane. Any other marksman? I think that's about it, really. I've seen Onyx do Kimi jungle, a mage jungle, you know what I mean? But right now they kind of have a lot of magic power or magic damage, so they don't want to pick, you know, a mage jungle. And this is what I said earlier, you know, they're missing a gold lane for A77, and I actually suggested that they could have picked Alice, because Alice doesn't have a lot of dash to proc the Phoveus passive. And if Phoveus does ulti into an Alice, it doesn't matter because Alice will just heal. More people to heal from, right? So Alice would have been actually a perfect pick here as well, but they didn't pick it. So A77 is actually losing the draft here, I would say. This is a good pick though. This is a good pick from A77. Lapu against a Farsa. Now, that's good. That's super good right there. But he has a lot of dash as well, so more chances for Phoveus to proc his ulti. And like I said earlier, Yi Shin is another viable marksman right now in the current meta that he could use for Zane. Let's see what card he would pick here. They are still missing a gold laner for bTk. So a gold laner, they don't have a gold laner here as well. I mean, Harith could be okay here, to be honest. They don't have a lot of crowd control. Harith could be perfect here. Who else is a pretty good gold laner? Lunox is banned, so you can't really use that. There is Alice who's banned as well. So I think Harith would be the best pick here, or maybe even, I don't think Claude would be good here. I really think Harith would be good. Let's see if they pick Harith. Oh, they picked Barats and they want the Phoveus on the gold lane, I'm guessing. Yeah, they want the Phoveus on the gold lane. They pick Barats. That's an okay pick. I think what bTk is thinking is that A77 doesn't have any heroes that could melt down any like high sustain type of heroes like Barats or Esme or Alice, but they actually have the X-Borg who deals true damage and does decent amount of damage when you're super tanky, right? So they have an X-Borg for that. They also have a Roger. If you build Roger with Demon Hunter's Sword or even with Sea Halberd at some point, usually you don't want to go Sea Halberd for Roger. Usually you want to make your teammates buy Dominance Eyes or Necklace of Durance so you can have your enemies have reduced sustain. So Usually that's not the case, but I think Demon Hunter's sword should be enough for Roger. So let's see what the gold laner here is for A77. Are they gonna do double fighter as well? They're gonna do double fighter as well, which is not bad. Alright, double fighter is okay as long as your jungler or your mage is a late game type of hero. Alright, but for A77, they do have a late game, some sort of late game with the X-Borg and the Roger. Kagura is considered late game, I guess, as well, I guess. It's actually, they picked Glue instead. Alright, so Glue isn't so bad here either. Glue does really good against marksmen, by the way. Glue really shines when he is against marksmen junglers. Alright, junglers. If Glue is against assassin, they usually just run away and Glue can't keep up. But usually against marksmen, Glue will zone you out really well on team fights and on objectives when taking turtle or lord. So it's actually not a bad pick here. This is the only picks that I really like from A77 right here. I really don't like this one. This one is kind of questionable, and the Roger is also questionable. That could have been a better pick in my opinion. But for bTk side, let's look at it. I think this could have been something else, honestly. I think this is enough sustain for XP. This is a really good pick, and this one is also a decent pick since we know that Zane really just shines with marksman picks. Alright, so but yeah, that's the draft. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. This is just my opinion, please don't get offended. But so far, bTk's draft is probably better, honestly, in my opinion. Alright, it really kind of resembles the Southeast Asian draft, except for this last two right here. Except for this last two. Alright. Why? The reason why I say Yi Shin is a weird draft for this one is, I know, yes, Southeast Asian teams pick YSS, but the reason behind it. The reason why bTk is picking YSS is because Zane is just super good with marksmen. Alright? If this was a Southeast Asian team, they would probably pick an assassin against a Roger, maybe a Hayabusa, or a Ling against a Roger, and just kind of just out macro you with the mobility that Ling has. And yeah, that's you know, that's why I say it's different. For the Barats, it could have been someone like Harith, or more of like a late game type of gold laner rather than Barats. Barats is a late game type of gold laner, but he's not like a damage type of gold laner. So that's why I say it's you know, those two are the only picks that doesn't really resemble Southeast Asian draft. But overall, it's not so bad, to be honest with you. Alright, so let's get into the gameplay and check out what's up. Alright, so here we are in the gameplay. Let's see how bTk will rotate. I have never seen a North American game in a very long time, or even a stream, honestly. So from what it looks like, bTk is doing a leash, maybe? Let's see. Looking at the minimap, it looks like Area 77 is doing the double level 2 on the XP lane. So if you didn't know yet, if you're not up to date, it is actually possible for 2 heroes to get level 2 on the first wave, as long as the tank or the support doesn't get roaming item until after the first wave is cleared. And that is what A77 is taking advantage of right here. But if A77 is gonna do that, bTk is taking advantage of the mid lane by clearing it faster and getting positioning, the positioning better here on the Litho Wanderer. Alright, so if they clear this faster, that means that they have the you know, the earlier advantage of positioning and vision in the Litho. But from what it looks like, right after fast clearing with A7, wow, okay, they're smart. They're gonna go for the Litho, since the Litho spawns really late around in this patch. So now there's 4 people of A77 against 4 as well, because Phobius is rotating. But let's see who has the better retry. Does Alberto have the better retry, or Zane? Oh, I think Roger got that. Yeah, Roger definitely got that. But they got harassed quite a lot right there. But still, A77 came out with the advantage. 2 players are level 2. Actually, all of them are level 2, while still 2 of the players from bTk is level 1. So already an advantage for Area 77. So good. Really good for A77 so far, honestly. It's unfortunate that Zane didn't get the Litho, but that's alright. It's something small. They could still come up for it. They could still come back. Let's see what happens here. He's most likely gonna get level 4 after getting the green camp right here. Yeah, nothing happening so far. What Popol is doing, he's doing a good job right now giving vision to his jungler. He's kind of just being a shadow to his jungle. Wherever Zane is jungling, that's where he's gonna be around. And Farsa, of course, needs to get level 4 by clearing that mid lane. So Cardi actually doing a decent job. Actually, Xborg is really good against Barats, by the way. So Xborg should win this lane. There's no reason that Xborg should not win this lane. So let's see what he's doing here. He's quite passive. And level 4 from Zane right there, already putting down the Mountain Shocker and doing a decent amount of damage. Oh my god. Why does Yi Shin hurt? Well, my Yi Shin doesn't do that much damage. Why does his second skill hurt like that? Okay, the turtle is gonna spawn in 5 seconds, and we already see bTk's getting ready for the turtle, and you could see the difference between, you know, the timing of the team. And I think that's really important if you want to be a good team. It's the timing on objectives, and that's what separates bTk from the rest of the squad, from the rest of the NA squad, I think. All right, so right here, Shark is actually playing really passive right now, and like I said, Xborg should win that matchup. If he doesn't win that matchup, he sucks. Good thing he got the first blood right there. We didn't see it because the camera is not there, but we see it right here. So good. That is super good so far. Now Xborg wants to trade. He could either... Okay, so Xborg has 2 choices. He could either push. Now, think about this. Xborg is really slow at pushing towers, by the way. So it's probably better for Xborg to rotate all the way here and help on the turtle instead. But from what it looks like, A77 already has the advantage and has the aggressiveness that they want, and they're forcing bTk to fight them in this turtle fight so that a slow pushing Xborg could get a decent amount of golden plate here on the bottom lane. So that's also a reasonable decision from A77, and it's actually a good decision. So Lapu Lapu already got level 4, and Lapu Lapu's good against Farsa since he has immunity when he ults. And yeah, already A77 doing really good. They got the Litho, they got the turtle, and Cardi lost 1v1 on the bottom side of the map. Alright, so that's already really good for A77. Oh, I thought Zane was gonna steal that, but Roger secured the turtle right there. So far, it's all A77. Alright, as you can see with the gold lead already around 2,000. And again, I don't know why Cardi's really fighting this, and he's kind of forcing this. If you do this against Southeast Asian teams, they will punish you so hard. They will punish you so hard and just probably push this tower by around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They can get this tower by around 2 minutes 30 seconds, or 3 minutes 30 seconds to around 4 minutes. If you keep trying to fight this type of 1v1s. If you know your matchup is at a disadvantage, you don't need to force things. Alright, he's looking for a trade here, but even if you get traded, you're already so behind on gold. Alright, he doesn't even get traded. Does he get traded? Yeah, he doesn't get traded as well. Very nice, you know, sidestep from low skill player, whoever this is. We didn't hit his skill shot, sadly. His last feather airstrike, he got kind of bamboozled right there. But yeah, good play from Xborg so far. Xborg has been doing all the plays right here. I would say that's an error for Cardi's side. In the laning phase, at least. In the laning phase. Yeah, should not be taking 1v1s. The only reason why you should be taking 1v1s is if your team is about to gank. So the first time he died, there was none of his teammates nearby. Alright? But the second time, Farsa was gonna gank, so I think he wanted to get Xborg low for Farsa to kill him. So maybe the second one is reasonable, but the first one definitely is unacceptable. Right? You don't want to be losing 1v1s. Your coach will get mad at you, most likely. So let's see what happens here. A77 has all the objectives and the kills so far with a almost a 3,000 gold lead. Let's see what happens next. Oh man, both teams are kind of rotating slow, and they kind of have no direction to where to go. And that's from what I noticed. And they switch lanes. Cardi's like, fuck the Xborg. I don't want to go against an Xborg. I lose the matchup. They switch lanes. So that's good. This is good. The matchup, you know, knowing your matchup is really good. And it's a good decision that they switch lanes. And actually, even Xborg is good against Phoveus, by the way. So Xborg wins. Whoever he's against here in this game, it doesn't matter. He should still win lane, no matter if he's against Phoveus or Barats. So right now, Roger's actually ready to gank this Phoveus. Let's see if they end up getting the kill here. He's really tanky. Why he keep dashing? Wait, what? How did he dash again? Oh, it's the passive from Xborg? How did he dash again right here? Wait, what? He dashed twice. So Xborg got the passive. He got the mark. Wait, Xborg didn't dash. Flame shot? Oh, it's the flame shot. Yeah, it is the flame shot. Oh, he flickered. This guy's gonna die too. Oh my god, Chicken just got a 2v1 right there. And they just got outplayed. Yeah, they played that super bad. A77 played that super bad. To be honest, they didn't necessarily need to get a kill. Why? Phoveus doesn't clear the lanes fast enough for him to stop you from getting the tower. If I was A77, I would just use Roger Wolf form and then just auto attack the tower instead of, you know, focusing the Phoveus and trying to get a kill on Phoveus. Now he turned it back on them. So that's just I don't know, stupid mistakes. Oh, he got the kill though. That's a really fast burst from Kagura. So at least he got a trade, but it's a 2v3 here in favor of bTk. Let's see if they can get any trades here on the other side. They should be able to. If they don't, they failed their job. And they are doing this. And if you notice, I think bTk is the only team that kind of groups up really well and just takes objectives as a team. For other teams like you saw earlier from A77, it was only Roger who was ganking alone on this lane rather than, you know, 3 other members, which is a total of 4, which should be a total of 4 in one lane. Whereas bTk ganked as 4 people. So that's the difference between bTk and other NA teams, that they could do better. They should practice on ganking as a team instead of ganking alone. Especially if you're a jungler without any crowd control whatsoever. And Lapu Lapu's actually they just got outplayed 1v3. They just got outplayed 1v3. Who the hell is this guy? Who is this guy? So that was a really good wave clear from Lapu Lapu, by the way. So his job here is to clear these minions so that Zane, Shark, and Cardi cannot push this tower. If they don't have minions, they're not going to be able to push. So he uses ulti on the minions, and I think bTk kind of got greedy for this kill, because even if they get this kill, think about it. This is a mistake from bTk's side. Even if they get this kill on Lapu, look at the minion wave. It's still on the base. They need to wait for the next minion wave to get this tower right here. It's unreasonable for you to dive this. Alright, you're just going for kills at this point. Alright, so it's just there's no reason for you why you should be diving this. Because the minion wave is not even close to where you're gonna be. You're gonna have to wait for it, even if you kill the Lapu. And they didn't even kill the Lapu. They ended up getting 1v3'd. 2 people dying and Shark needing to recall. That's a big mistake from bTk, I would say, and a really good play from Lapu, by the way. Really good play from Lapu. I didn't think he was gonna be able to pull something off like that, but here we go. Glue actually went in first. Okay. Oh man, they're getting 1v4'd. Why is it a bunch of outplays? Never mind. I thought he was gonna get 1v4'd. He's still dead. There you go. Nice wave clear from Hui, just so that they can't push. Now A77 knows that the backup is coming, so they need to retreat. So good discipline right there, not forcing anything after that. They expected the Phoveus to die a little bit quicker, but the Phoveus is way too freaking tanky, and the ulti just makes him immune. If you keep dashing, you're not gonna be able to kill him as fast. So stop dashing. If you're trying to get Phoveus, don't use any. Maybe use a dash, and then after that, don't use any dash, just so you can bait out his ulti. But right here, finally, the first tower goes to A77, and they are 2,000 gold lead ahead. All right, so the turtle is about to spawn in 30 seconds. Let's see if bTk can get a tower here. I think they could get the top lane as long as Lapu Lapu doesn't clear it with his ulti. I mean, no matter which lane they gank on the side lane, it has a lot of wave clear if you think about it. Xborg has the last insanity with the ulti, right? So he could wave clear with that. Lapu has the ulti to wave clear the minions as well. So it's kind of hard for bTk to do any ganks here. That's why they're having such a hard time ganking a side lane. If that's the case, go for mid. Go for mid, because Kagura doesn't have as much wave clear. Glue has decent wave clear, but it's not fast enough because it's a tank Glue. And Roger, he's going to be farming until 5 minutes. It's already 7 minutes. What they could have done earlier is, if the mid laner, you need to think about who has the, the least amount of wave clear. And if the mid laner is having trouble or doesn't have enough skills to wave clear those minions as fast, then I think the mid lane is actually the lane to go to, right? And that's what often what amateur teams tend to forget. Mid lane is also a possible, you know, option for you to siege the tower. Ooh, Hui just missing all his skill shots right there. That's not good. Let's see here. This is really nice zoning from this X-Borg. This X-Borg has been playing terrifically right here. He's been playing super good. This X-Borg is playing really good. And the Lapu, by the way. So for A77, it's actually the side laner who's winning. Both the side laners. Let's see what they do here. Can they kill this Phoebus? They're so low. Look at A77. They're so low. They still ended up getting the kill. This should be another tower for A77. Why is Barat's mid? Give me a second. Why is Barat's mid? So there's a team fight going on here, and it's a second tier tower that's about to go down if Phoebus loses this fight. But Baratz keeps taking a 1v1. He tries to kill the Lapu by eating him. So this is the problem with NA teams, I would say, is the lack of experience. Yeah, why did he stay there and took the 1v1 instead of protecting a second tier tower here? There's no reason for you to do that. It's actually better for you to give away the mid lane tower rather than a second tier tower here, because you're more prone to backdoor if you give away a second tier tower from on one of the side lanes. So I would say so far decision making, Baratz is not really making the best decisions right now in this game. I don't know if they're underestimating the other team or what, because they won the first game. But from it's definitely not the best decisions, and hopefully he could see that by breaking down the gameplay. But it doesn't matter. Mid lane still gets taken anyways, since they are snowballing for area 77. The Lord is about to be up in 40 seconds, so what A77 needs to do is probably get this last tower right here on top lane, and then wait for the Lord, and then push with the Lord, and hopefully get all the second tier towers after that. So they did ended up getting that successfully. Let's see what happens here. Lord is up in 20 seconds. I would suggest that Roger go for the blue buff instead of the green camp right here. Go for the blue buff, and as soon as the Lord spawns, you should be ready for a team fight. Since Roger also needs the blue buff, by the way. He uses quite a lot of mana when he spams his skills, when he keeps dashing, using first skill, and using wolf form all the time. So you really need the blue buff, but I think he's kind of late. He's just now getting the blue buff. Look. He's just now getting the blue buff, which is not good. You don't need two people clearing this lane. You don't need two people clearing this top lane. It's just unreasonable. Let Glue catch up. Let Glue catch up and get some gold. Don't be selfish. Be a team player. Alright, and go get your own jungle. Alright, he could have gotten it way earlier. They could have been doing the Lord right now. And Lapu Lapu could be split pushing, but now since Roger didn't get the blue buff, they're not ready for the Lord. They need to wait for Roger to finish the blue buff and do the Lord. Alright, so the timing, right? The timing is not there. If Roger was ready, they could be forcing a team fight right here, and one is going to be forced. There's one hero that's going to be, one of bTk's member is going to be forced to defend this bot lane. Alright, so it's going to be a 4v4, and since they're snowballing so hard, missing that one member from bTk makes that much of an impact. Alright, but Phoebus is still gonna go here anyways. He's rotating a lot faster, and by the time Phoebus clears this, he should be on time for a turtle fight here. You see what I mean? The timing is not there for A77, and that's the problem they have against bTk. So this is actually a best of 3, but there's 3 bars right here. I think it's a best of 5. It says best of 3 right here, but I think it's a best of 5. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Best of 3. Wait, that's right. Yeah, best of 3. My bad. It is best of 3. So now they're doing the Lord with, you know, everybody available, as you can see. Everybody on both teams available in the Lord. So it's pretty much a 50-50. Yes, bTk is losing 5,000 gold, but still, Retribution fight is a 50-50. It's whoever Retribution's way quicker. So probably the best bet here is for A77 to pull bTk into them and then focus on the heroes, right? Since they're ahead in gold, their heroes are stronger. They don't want to force this Lord. One way bTk could come back is if bTk steals this Lord, but right now they want to continue the Lord. They continue the Lord. They didn't even reset, but Roger still got it. So how did Roger get away from that? Because Barats went in. Let's see. Oh, Alberto, bro. Alberto, bro. That was a really good play from Roger. Alberto, he dodged the Barats ulti with the first kill immune. And he was still able to retreat. And that's why they A77 still got it. Alberto, bro. Okay, I see you. I see you, Sir Alberto. But Lapu Lapu is doing a really good job zoning the Farsa, as you can see. If you're a Lapu and you're against a Farsa, you usually, whenever Farsa Feather airstrike, you just zone him out. But Area 77 got the Lord for 2 deaths. Is it worth it? Yes, it's actually worth it. Yeah, for A77, it's actually worth it. But bTk didn't do. Whoa. Alberto, you did really good earlier, but you don't want to do that right now, bro. You want to wait for the Lord and okay, don't get picked off. Wait for the Lord. So now he's low. The Lord spawned on the bottom lane. Again, timing. Alberto, you did so good getting the Lord. And then now you just wasted the opportunity on defending this Lord because you need to recall. Hopefully you get back in time when the Lord gets here because they're just going to clear this if you're not there in time. So now Alberto needs to recall and there's only 2 people or just 1 guy protecting this Lord because you got low. That's how. Yes, you didn't die. Yes. But you got low and you had to recall, and because of that, bTk is going to be able to clear this Lord. No problems. Oh, they actually didn't clear it. They saw the Xborg, so they got it to half health though. But you know what I mean? You know, these little things is what separates a great team from a good team. Alberto's right here doing the blue buff. What is A77 going to do? Why are you guys pushing for the inhib when there is still 2 second tier towers here on the mid lane and top lane? This is what I noticed from NA teams as well. They don't know how to take advantage of the Lord. And they don't know how to flow the minion wave. They don't have wave management as a team. There you go. That's more like it. That's a lot better. Get the one on the top lane. Get the one on the top lane. I don't think they're going to be able to push this. There's no way. Now they're just forcing it. There's no way. They have a Farsa hook to wait clear. They just wasted their time trying to even force an inhib when they could have gotten this top lane tower right here. So yeah, they didn't 100% fully punish bTk with that Lord secure. So that's something A77 could improve on, I guess. What is Kagura doing? Going in by himself? Sherlock Holmes? Hello? Was he trying to make a superhero play? What are you doing, bro? Why? Give me a reason why you would go on a 1v3 with Barats right here. You see, Glue saw the Barats right there. So it's like a 1v4 going into a 1v4. He's trying to be a hero. You don't want to make these kind of mistakes. Even if you kill the Popal and Koopa, it's still a disadvantage for you. Why? That was a stupid mistake. You guys could have gotten this top lane tower if you didn't die. Jesus. Okay, so giving bTk some breathing room for Area 77. They got some breathing room from bTk. You don't want to make these little mistakes and give your enemies chances of coming back. So that's why I put emphasis on, you know, the little details that people or that players do in tournaments. It really does matter. It really does matter. If you don't think it matters, I just don't see you being the best team in the world. So right here, Roger has no choice but to farm and just kind of wait for the next Lord. So that's pretty much what's gonna happen here. Kind of do nothing and wait for the next Lord. Usually what Area 77 should be doing is freezing the lane. Were they freezing the lane? No, they weren't even freezing the lane. Usually when you're ahead, you want to freeze the lane and kind of force enemies to come and overextend and then kill them when they overextend. But in this case, I think Area 77 just kept clearing lanes. Look, they just kept clearing lanes. They don't... Well, it matters now because the Lord is about to spawn. So it's actually good that they're clearing lanes right now, so that their lanes are pushed while the Lord is about to spawn in 15 seconds. But earlier, they were still clearing lanes even though the Lord was not even close to spawning. So Roger, get your red buff, please, before the Lord spawns. There you go. Finally, let's see what happens here. bTk, if bTk wants to win, Farsa really needs to, or Barats needs to get a good set here. I think A77 is gonna get this Lord, no problem. Yep, that should be an easy Lord right there. Don't even dash. Don't even dash. There you go. There you go. You're good. Okay, now wait. Retreat and wait. Okay, Barats canceled the ulti. They just need to run away for A77 and they should be good. Don't dash. There you go. Do not dash. Oh god, they're still fighting. Why is A77 fighting? Why? Why are you guys fighting? Why? What happened to Xborg, by the way? Give me 1 second. So Xborg is zoning right now. They got the Lord already, by the way. Xborg could be running away right now, but instead he went in on Zane. He could have lived because he still has Flicker, by the way. He has Immortality, he has Flicker, and he has ulti, which means that he could probably get away. Plus, he's very tanky in this stage of the game. Why are you going for kills? I think he could honestly get away. He has teammates that could help him get away and slow people down that chases him. Because usually when you get the Lord, you want to reset the lanes, regroup, and then push with the Lord and then end the game. But right here, A77, they don't have the discipline to do so. They just keep going for more. Look, why are you still fighting? Just leave him alone. Leave him alone. Okay, Xborg's already dead. He chased. Is he dead? Please be alive. Oh, he's alive. He's alive. He even lived. Oh, he got so lucky. He got so lucky. 1 HP. See, he lived even after committing. When they all could have regrouped. Now, look at the timing. Lord spawned. Xborg is low. Now they can't protect the Lord. What bTk is gonna do? Clear the Lord. Nobody's gonna protect the Lord. You see, they could have retreat and regroup instead. Now the Lord is gonna be free for a wave clear. What's Glue gonna do here? Cancel the Feather Airstrike. Okay, that's pretty decent. But I don't think it's enough for the Lord to get to half health. And Roger even gets picked off. Why is this guy going for kills? Why is he... What is Roger doing? Look. What makes him think that overextending without his teammates... Xborg is 1 HP, by the way, when we saw earlier. The Lord spawned at mid. And then Roger decided to clear this lane by himself when the Xborg was getting chased. Now he dies. Oh my god. Alberto, you did so good earlier, bro. You did so good. Look at the Lord. Nobody's with the Lord. And they're still... Barats is just buying time at this point. Barats is buying time. Nobody's able to burst him out. Because he's too freaking tanky. He probably has Guardian Helmet and a shit ton of magic resist. So Kagura's not going to be able to burst him out. And they're still focusing on the Barats. Why? They're still focusing on the Barats. They didn't do anything with that second Lord, by the way. A77 didn't do shit with that second Lord. They didn't get shit. Oh my god. Ew. Now you guys see the difference, right? You guys see the difference between Southeast Asian teams and, you know, teams that don't have MPL. It's the experience. But I really think if they have the knowledge and the correct guidance for these NA teams, they could do really well. Because mechanically, they're really good. Right? Like, these guys don't have MPL, but you've seen the plays that they do. Like, you know, the outplays. They're really good. They just lack teamwork and, you know, decision making. And, you know, the macro play. The correct macro play, in my opinion. But they could definitely, if they have an MPL and they really practice against really good teams around the world, Southeast Asian teams, they could do really good. They could adapt really well. So if I know that M3 is gonna come up, so most likely, to be honest with you, bTk is most likely gonna win it. Let's just be honest here. Gosu is kind of re-rostering right now. They don't have the same chemistry. I know on previous Gosu, as much as I am a Gosu fan, you gotta admit the truth. bTk is most likely gonna win if there's a M3 coming up. Since they have the better chemistry and they've been together a lot longer. But let's see what happens here. And just right there, the game just turned around. All these little mistakes that A77 did, they wasted all the opportunity they had, and bTk is taking advantage of that. And yeah, this is what we see here. Now they get to push. bTk now has the upper advantage. Let's see what else happens here. So now they need to wait for the next Lord. Where's the actual game? Is this the replay or is this the game? Oh, this is the game and this is the replay. Okay, this is the game. I got kind of confused, but nothing important really happened during that time. They're just waiting for the Lord to spawn, most likely. Yeah, as you can see, they just waited for the Lord to spawn. Come on, take out the replay screen. Dave, what happened? It's still in the replay screen. and it's really hard to see. All right, so let's just look at this small screen, and hopefully we could see the fight from here. It's right here, by the way. If you didn't know, right here on this screen. Alright, so the Lord has spawned, and now the gold lead has kind of closed, and it doesn't really matter at this point. The gold lead doesn't matter at this point since most heroes will have full build at this point, and the gold lead or the deficit doesn't matter. Alright, so Phobius is freaking, he's at the later stage of the game. Bratz is also at the later stage of the game. Nobody's able to burst him out, and just like that, the game just turned around. They just scaled so much better for bTk. They scaled so much better, and they just waited for the enemy to make one mistake. Just one mistake is all you need to take advantage and win the game. Yeah, and they got wiped out right there, as you can see. They got wiped out. They don't even need the Lord to finish the game. And right there, A77 just threw a game, honestly. They just definitely threw a game that they should have had. And I think that's GG, well played. Wow. Yeah, I don't think bTk won that game. A77 just threw super hard, and that's GG, well played. Wow, kind of entertaining though, honestly. That game was quite entertaining and quite close. And if someone was to ask me is bTk ready for M3, probably not. I would say probably not. I think Zane needs to extend his hero pool, and they need to make better decisions as the game goes along, and they need to fix their little mistakes and the small details. They really need to make some small tweaks. And from what I heard, Hui is not going to be able to join because of his age, so they're probably going to pick up basic. Honestly, I think I've seen them play with basic. So but even then, basic is quite a good mage player anyways, as long as their chemistry's there and they don't argue with each other if they lose. I think they're gonna be fine. But yeah, boot camping in Southeast Asia, if they do qualify, or I don't even know if it's gonna be held in Southeast Asia. That's the hard part for M3. I don't know where it's gonna be held, but boot camping somewhere could be a good idea if they get a sponsor in Southeast Asia, preferably. All right, but yeah, I don't think they're ready. They really need to make some small tweaks, increase the hero pool, especially for Zane, because just knowing marksman is not enough. No matter how good you are, I promise you. I know Zane is a very good marksman player, but teams, professional teams will exploit that fact that you only play marksman. Right? To be honest with you, I promise you, no matter how good you are of a marksman, it's gonna be really hard. Alright, so yeah, that's about it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Hopefully nobody gets offended. This is just my opinion at the end of the day, and from my experience, because I'm coaching Sunsparks right now, and I've been scrimming with Southeast Asian teams. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Hopefully you guys don't get mad and bash. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Thank you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like and hit that notification bell. Thank you, and I'm out. Peace.